Hi, my name's Simon Tanner. I'm Professor of Digital Cultural Heritage at King's College London. I'm also Vice Dean of the Humanities here as well. And I'd like to talk to you about the main benefits of Open GLAM initially. So the main benefits of Open GLAM for me are that museum, galleries, archives and libraries and other memory institutions have the wealth of human knowledge and experience within their collections, and I feel it is their responsibility to share that with the world. GLAM should seek to educate, to enlighten and to entertain, and increasingly the ability to share is becoming ever more feasible because of the digital realm. And so this feeds into a participative user culture where people can discuss, share, and remix their content. And we've seen that the global COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted the importance of the public digital accessibility of cultural material and how Open GLAM can respond to such demands. Let me give you one example. Between March and November 2020, at the height of the pandemic, the 50 most viewed US National Gallery of Art images received a total of 40,000 views on their institution's websites. However, those same images, which the gallery could now donate to Wikimedia under Open GLAM, received over 39 million views on those platforms. So were it not for the impact of Open GLAM on the National Gallery of Art's decision to move to a CC0 license, this massive and unrestricted public access to public cultural heritage material would not have been possible. And this is key to an institution's mission to educate, to entertain, and to enlighten by making their collections freely available to the world. The major barrier to Open GLAM, for me, has ceased to be technological. Barriers are now often policy-driven, and the policy is often informed by concerns that relate to the intricacies of intellectual property. But there's also the fallacy of lost income and the worry that losing control of the way an image is used would in some way damage the holding institution's reputation. So it comes down to institutional mission and deciding what matters most. As we respond to the recent demands of our audiences and publics, then that mission will shift more into the digital realm. And some of these policy and senior management attitudes will also have to shift. I've been in this space for 25 years now, and I'd like to mention a couple of influential persons from my early thinking on Open GLAM, and these were Donald Waters and William Noel. Don was at the Andrew W. Mellon Foundation and came to me with the problem that the foundation was funding digitization of out of copyright works in European and US museums, but then also funding scholarships in art history. So they found themselves funding the creation of digitized works and then paying for their scholars to access and use these same digitized works in scholarly writing. Now, this insight into both funding the creation and then funding the use of the same thing directly led to my work on charging models in museums, which debunks the idea that revenue is the core reason for creating or making available these digitized works. And then Will Noel, who is now the University Librarian for Rare Books and Special Collections at Princeton, he showed us all how works in digital form could draw attention to smaller collections and thus help to open up access for art historians. For me, the step change that Will Noel achieved at the Walters Art Museum was that you could just come and download 2 terabytes of their collection if you wanted to. Now, in response to what everyone might say, isn't that a terrible thing? He would also say, look, those collections are on Flickr, they're on a number of other platforms and sites. If you search for medieval illuminated manuscripts, The Walters used to come up higher ranked than the British Library because they had made their material more available, more seeable, more visible. He demonstrated that Open GLAM is not just for the larger institutions. So in some respects, that helps the recognition of their institution and will drive people to them because people will still want to go and see these things. I don't think any of us, just because we've seen a fabulous quality poster of an artwork, aren't still going to want to see the original. My personal message to anyone hesitating to open up their collections is to come on in. The water is warm, it's shallow, the sun is shining, and there are lots of friends to play with. I mean, all the technology is there to do this without spending much money. IIIF, for instance. There is loads of free advice out there on the legal side and the ways of getting to a more open collection. You could dip your toes in and get there gradually. Law experts like Andrea Wallace have demonstrated the pathways to success and shown that hundreds of institutions have made it and are benefiting. So come, dip your toes in the warm water and then join us for an invigorating swim.